All right. Hello. We are getting back into Final Fantasy. We're gonna start Shadowbringers today. We're gonna bring Shadow. So it felt like an appropriate shirt for Shadowbringers. Yeah. I've been doing some leveling on the side for some of the other classes. Trying to get them my lesser leveled jobs up to at least 50. I did the Hall of the Novice training because I found out it gives you a ring that ups your experience gain by quite a bit below level 60, 90, something like that. So I'm trying to get everybody in like the 50 range so they can share Ironworks gear and I can clear out my my armory chest a bit. Because goddamn, that shit's getting filled and I keep adding jobs. But priority is getting into Shadowbringers. So we're going to flip-flop over here. I won't send them out on a mission because we might come back and grind later. What the shit is that? That's an outfit. That is an outfit. It's a very pink outfit. All right, so Shadowbringers. We come back here. I need to reset this as my return spot. Hey, nerd. How you doing?
You could fart brighter than that damn thing. Okay, there we go.
Wait, you fart?
I fart rainbows.
Oh,
You fart rainbows?
Get on my level. Taste the rainbow. Gross.
I'm always leveling you. I just started, so, you know, it happens. We'll start Shadowbringers. We might do some of the blue quests that I have as well. I appreciate that. Thank you, Danny. How was your day so far? How's your shoulder? How's Motive's shoulder? Okay. Should we talk later on something? Okay. You want to talk now? We can talk now too. You need me to stop stream and chit chat. I don't mind. No, I need these. Make sure this can get decent. All right. This can get decent. I don't have enough inventory. I was actually working on that earlier. It's part of the reason why I'm trying to level up my lesser jobs, because I've got a bunch of gear on me that's like what if gear, what if I need it, and I haven't gone through and assessed like, is this better than lower level gear? Do I need to keep it? Like, that's a whole ass process. Ooh, we get the shadow. We just get the orchestration roll. White oak and a 385 weapon coffer. Like, hey, you might suck ass. Here's a free weapon. Okay, we'll talk later. Good news, Master. We've had a stroke of luck in our search for that bacon. Apparently, our colleagues have stumbled across a hidden path leading down into the hollows around the base of the Crystal Tower. A path I doubt we'd ever have found had the Ironworks and the Suns not added their numbers to the party. Thanks to them, we have eager eyes aplenty down there, checking under rocks and peering into every nook and cranny. Still, it sounds like there's a lot of ground to cover. Might be a little loud. What are you playing? We'll be good guy. Good guy, give him a hand offerer. My tots, exactly. The sooner we find this bacon, the sooner you can travel to wherever it is this mysterious voice is coming from. And the sooner we can work out how to help our Franz. We have to find a way to wake them up and before the Empire comes calling again, meaning we have no time to lose. Final fucking... Where are you at in the story now? Have you made it through Heavensward? There's a boat in North Silvertier waiting to ferry people to the site, so let's be on our way. Just got the tail feather? I remember that name. I don't necessarily know that I remember where that name exists. Dravanian Highlands. I like this mount too. Which mount is this? Mount guide. Arc, summon forth your arc. Bipedal war machine disguised as an airship. Airship disguised as bipedal war machine if you prefer. I'm gonna in FF only two Fs. Excited the arc mount. Where is its BGM music from? This music is so familiar, I can't place it. I feel like it's one of the older games' combat music. Heading to the survey site, sir. It's on the eastern shore of the lake, and the swiftest way to get there is by boat. I can fly, so I doubt that. Arc itself is originally summoned boss from Final Fantasy IX. Final Fantasy XIV uses a new orchestral arrangement titled Final Fantasy IX Battle 1 Dawn Trail based on Uematsu's original composition. Okay, so it's from 9. This is dark and shadowy. Hey, Frosty. Aren't you not supposed to be here, Frosty? Because spoilers?
私たちも早速装置の捜索を始めるです。少しでも怪しいものをとにかく集めていくです。
Make a pile of device-like things.
手がかりが少なくて困ってたんだ。助かるぜ。
ビックスさん、ウエッジさんも。
Why are you surprised? They're fucking everywhere.
暁の決命のピンチとなりゃ協力しないわけにいかないからな。ジェシーにとっ捕まって来られなかったシド会長の分まで俺たちが働かせてもらうぜ。
頑張れっす。
ありがとうございます。みんなで必ず装置を見つけるです。
僕らにはなさそうだな。ウェッジ、お前隙間から奥に入れないか。
いくらオイラでもさすがに無理っす。
それじゃあ私がやるです。
Throw some balls, Wedge.
そんなことさせられないっす。
心配無用です。私動ける受付なのです。
What's up, Barbie? Did we find the bacon?
悪い、伝えてなかった。奥の方はまだ安全が確保されてないから深入りしすぎるなって財団の調査員が。
Why did that have the Ironworks logo on it?
って何か見つけたのか。おお、これまでの中では一番装置っぽいな。
No, that's not the Ironworks logo.
その模様なんか
Oh, no, it is.
うちのロゴに似てるっす。類似品にご注意っす。捉えた。今度こそ。
Now I have you.
何事っす。さあ、すり抜けてくれるなよ。
What if I don't want to?
悠久の時を経て、ここに時空を超えよ。
Expanse contract Eon become instant?
その装置が正解だったのですね。
我に
Getting messed up by the first war sect I've ever seen use?
どうか
What's the war sect do?
どうかご無事で。必ず皆さんは行ってらっしゃいです。
I don't know. Did I get a war sect the other day? I assume it's a green card. No, Iron Fortress, Taunt. I guess it's just a buff to hell and taunted? Like, how's that fucking you up?
ために俺たちは歩んできたんじゃない。
Minfilia? Is this our Aerith? Or not? Or yes?
あなたはまだ
Yeah.
消えるべきではないわ。
Are we dying? And that's not us, it's a warrior. Is that, Adarada, Rada, whatever the fuck his name was? Warrior of Darkness? Hey, Ray. How's it going? Good timing. We just started. So why does the Warrior of Darkness, who seemed to have changed his ways, and we sent him back, why is he walking around like a darkness zombie?
果てのない夢から目を覚ます。ひどくおぼろげな予感が、しかし確かに自分を呼んだ気がした。
Oh, I trusted you. He looks familiar.
同業者ではなさそうだ。こんな真夜中に。
Is this the guy from the first carriage ride?
This これはまたずいぶん懐かしい冗談だ。俺のじいさんも仲間と遅くまで飲むときに言ってたっけ。
Barteron?
お客さん、酔っ払うのはほどほどに。暗い夜なんて来るわけもないじゃないですか。世界から闇という闇が失われてもう100年も経ってます。 どうした？まるで本当にわからないって顔じゃないか。さては、あいつらに襲われでもしたか。混乱しちまってかわいそうに。
Time to start a new character just to find out.
俺は次の商いがあるから、このままよそに行っちまうが、 お前さんは近くの町で保護してもらうといい。この森を東に抜けると、
Okay.
巨大な水晶の塔が見える。そのたもとがここらで一番大きな都市。光に反逆せし者が集うクリスタリウムだ。
Crystarium?
その塔はどこまでも高くそびえていた。まるで光に覆われた空を裂くかのように。そこから戦いが再び始まる。光を闇に、正義を悪に覆していく戦いが。
Why is Shadow sliced in two? I just noticed that. I don't think I've ever noticed that in the logo before. Mount unavailable in this location. Weed? Brick? Not? Lap? What the fuck are these names? The Isle of Ken. Where's the Isle of Barbie? Wolves of Shadow. Meg. Hair Among Giants. What are these place names? Omachimasen.
あなた見ない顔ですね。それにそのいでたちも。
Well, see, that's the thing with the helmet, is you can't see my face. It's kind of part of the purpose.
ご覧の通り、この先は私たちのクリスタリウムです。その警備を担う者として、不審者を通すわけにはいきません。
Sure, I'll give you my number.
それで、あなたはどこから来たのです？
Are we the source? What is Seolda?
聞いたこともない名ですね。今さら知らない土地などないはずですが。クリスタリウムでは身分や出身は重要視されません。しかし、ペテン師の類はあいにく受け入れていませんので。
Lady. Dancer. Crystal thing.
人を食らったばかりでしたか。どんな食い方をしたやら、忌々しい。
Oh, damn. That poor bastard. Rhina. You son of a bitch.
ええ、水晶港。はぐれの積み食い。しかも
Sin
低
Eater.
級な輩です。問題はありません。
So we're pulling from 10 on this one.
よかった。しかし、念のため周辺の警戒を頼む。
Don't fucking smirk at me.
この者は私の客人だ。このまま町に連れて行きたいのだ。
はあ、なるほど。またこうの謎めいたご友人でしたか。
Yeah, did none of my other friends say Olda is where they're from when you questioned them too? Fucking crazy rabbit. Alice in Wonderland's looking motherfucker.
今後は自由に出入りできるよう団員たちにも伝えておきます。先ほどの無礼、お許しを。クリスタリウムへの滞在が良いものとなりますよ。
ともかくここを離れよう。いろいろと質問はあるだろうが、ひとま。
How about we start with first, why'd you try to kill me?
さて、何よりもまず召喚に応じてくれたことに心から感謝しよう。本来なら私の部屋に呼び出すはずが、座標がずれてしまってすまなかった。それでも正しく渡ってこられたようで何よりだ。ここは紛れもなく13ある共造世界の一つ、第一世界。住民にその認識があるかどうかは別としてね。そして私は水晶港、そう呼ばれている。この先にあるクリスタリウムという町の管理者にしてあなた方を召喚したものでもある。
So this is a reflection of where we are? I was gonna say Vanadil, but that's not the name of this world. Yeah, you motherfucker.
その点については本当に申し訳がない。ただこちらにも差し引きならない事情があったのだ。どうか順を追って説明させてほしい。
Why does he look like he's got the Infinity Stones on his chest?
まずは一つ、あなたに知ってもらいたいことがある。
Yeah, but I don't think we had the knowledge of what the shards were.
世界は光によって滅びようとしている世界だ。こちらの時間において100年前に光の氾濫という大災害が発生。世界は9割以上の土地を失った。わずかに生き残った人類も光の氾濫が作り出した化け物によって絶滅の危機にさらされ続けている。その化け物こそが罪食い。あなたが先ほど見たのもそのうちの一体だ。私はこの地を罪食いから救うべく世界と世界をつなぐ術を習得し、最強の英雄を召喚したのだ。そしてそれはあなた方の世界、原初世界を救うことにもつながるのだが、
And how do you figure that?
大切な客人をこんな場所に立たせておくのも気が引ける。話の続きはクリスタリウムでしよう。
Can't say I like this guy at the moment. He seems sketchy and schemy. I'm sure he's probably not, but part of that place reminded me of the first cinematic for 14. Of course, as soon as I get food, I've got to talk. And here we are. Welcome, my friend, to the Crystarium. I can't see what it offers. Now, a full and frank discussion in the privacy of my study would seem to be in order. But I think our conversation would be more meaningful were you first to gain a firmer grasp of the situation here. To that end, I would like to propose a tutorial. I would like you to visit a few of the Crystarium's civic leaders and glean something of this world and its predicament. And touch the Aetheryte. As you can see, this path will take you directly to the Aetheryte, a convenience with which I am sure you are only too familiar. Being the rightful object of my summoning spell, should you, in theory, be able to reach all the way back along your etheric trail and find a connection in the source, believe it or not. I strongly suggest you complete this attunement before venturing any further. So what happens if you don't? After you have done so, walk up the streets next to the Aetheryte and head to the left to arrive at the Crystalline Mean. This is where you'll find our collective of crafters and gatherers, as well as the spokeswoman, Catless, one of the people I should like you to meet. Another is Moron. To reach him and his Cabinet of Curiosity, you'll want to avoid the aforementioned steps. Take the exit on the left and simply continue straight along down until you've come to a large doors at the end of the path. All four wings. Third and final. Oh, there's three. Braggy, our man in charge of trade and distribution. He's found in the markets, which you can access from the opposite side of the Aetheryte Plaza. In seeking out each of my colleagues, you will visit the major districts of the city and hopefully gain a feel for the place. I trust my directions were simple enough. Crystal clear. To the right and down the where now? Very good. I can see the layout of the Crystarium owes more to historic necessity than planning, but I'm sure you'll learn its twists and turns before long. In all honesty, the true challenge may be in finding the right way to approach its citizens. As you discover during your encounter with the captain, the people of this world are unaware of the existence of other stars and will struggle to accept the truth of your origin. That being the case, when they ask whence you hail, as they inevitably will, I suggest you claim to share a homeland with the Crystal Exarch. There is an unspoken rule here about peering too deeply into that particular mystery. When you've finished making the rounds, pray meet me in the large courtyard at the center of town. Until then... Fucking guitar in that. I kind of want to see what happens if I just go home. For necessity, this place seems very like wide open and decorative. Bell does not seem to be functioning, yeah. So wouldn't that be crazy to summon a retainer to this world? Rare to see a place so well stocked with goods, isn't it? But not here. I'm going to guess you're new to our fair city. Well, for what it's worth, you've chosen a fine sanctuary. The Exarch can throw up a barrier if the Sin Eaters come knocking, so it's a damn sight safer in here than it is out there. Safer and more civilized too. Thanks to us in the Main, we work together to procure materials and resources and craft the goods which make city life possible. This is the place to visit if you need a coat mended or a kettle forged. Just don't go thinking it'll all be handed to you on a plate like those Yulmoran layabouts. Here in the Christerium, we work for a living. Though I see you're no stranger to honest labor, you don't have that whiff of indolence about you, like some folk I've met. Still, I can't quite pin down your profession. Where is it you're from? Ulda. The source. One of the Exarch's countrymen, you say. I see. Well then. I'll work twice as hard to make you feel welcome. Our city wouldn't even exist if it weren't for him, and any friend of his is a friend of ours. It's really quite incredible when you think about it. They say his grand magic summoned the Crystal Tower into existence, pulled the entire thing out of thin air. It wasn't long before droves of refugees began congregating around its base, desperate for shelter after losing their homes to the flood. And that's how the Christerium began. At the Exarch's invitation, buildings started going up, and with the help of some curious relics brought forth from the tower, the place gradually expanded into a thriving metropolis you see today. The city stood here for decades now, yet the eldest among us swear the Exarch looks exactly the same as he did back then. He is indeed a man of many mysteries, but for all his sorcery, he has never yet let us down. So if he and you wish to remain silent about your shared homeland, then the folk here will respect your wish for privacy. I am, however, more than a little curious to see any crafting talent you might be hiding. If you've aught to contribute to the front, be sure to come back and visit once you've had a chance to settle in. Just ask for Catless and I'll find you a niche here in the crystalline mean. You can help us keep the cogs of the city greased and turning. Here, that's got to be down somewhere. I'm gonna jump off a cliff. I can't. Well, fuck me. Nope. Womp womp. But at least let me jump off this. The fuck are Beastmen doing here? I swear to God, if we're not done with the fucking shellbacks, I am gonna lose my damn mind. You are the ugliest fucking chocobo I've ever seen. Clan Nutsy? Nuts board? Is this a hunt board? The clan hunt board. Why is it a nut board? Fucking furry's going crazy. Alright, well, I took the long way around, I guess. The Trivium? The hunt currency here is called sack of nuts. Okay. Let me go get my nut sacks. Hey, moron. That's why I kept thinking it was Barteron. He's a triplet. Well, he's a nothing now. Or he's a one-armed triplet. Excuse me, sir. Are you recently come to the city, perchance? I'm quite familiar with our civic roles, you see, and, well, ahem. You look like you're 16, dude. But what I mean to ask is, have you brought any books with you? A rumpled scroll, even? A scrap of scribbled on parchment? My apologies. Literature is something of an obsession of mine, as well as a profession. Librarian Moron at your service, and this humble collection is known as the Cabinet of Curiosity. As your powers of perception have likely informed you, my colleagues and I are responsible for curating all manner of tomes, documents, and other vehicles for the written word. As horrific as the loss of life and land wrought by the flood unquestionably was, the damage to recorded knowledge was no less catastrophic. We few do all we can to preserve what wisdom survived. But tell me, what brings you to the cabinet today? Looking for any title in particular? Mayhap a spot of academic research? Oh, so you've an interest in modern history. Splendid. A thorough review of recent events can often yield novel perspectives. I quite agree. If you would prefer something visual to accompany the account, then I think I have an illustrated history book for children somewhere. Just a moment, I'll fetch it for you. Do we look like we can't read? And here we are. Would you like to pull up a chair, make yourself more comfortable? On with the lesson then. A 100 years ago, or near enough to not matter, villains known as the Warriors of Light slew the Shadowkeeper, the Steward of Darkness. Villains? In the wake of this tainted deed, light began to pour into the world as if from unseen cracks. It pooled and swelled without cease, until the day an enormous, blinding wave rose up and swept across our star. We called this calamity the Flood of Light. Everything it touched was leached of life and vigor, leaving naught behind but a luminous wasteland. Yet just when it seemed that all would be lost, a savior appeared before us. The Oracle of Light. She stood twixt us and approaching doom, and by her power did she stay the flood. Thus was Norvrant, and Norvrant alone spared the fate of erasure. So time moves differently here? Tragedy would, however, arrive in another form. From the blasted emptiness descended horrors of strange and terrible aspect to bedevil the folk who survived. These sin-eaters were light incarnate, and their fulgent presence stole the night from Norvrand's sky. Even now, they circle the remaining bastions of civilization, ever on the hunt for us, ever hungering for our flesh. And thus did the world become what it is. Should you ever wish to hear the tale again, I would be glad to retell it for you. Or if you would rather I speak of other matters, that too would be my pleasure. I should be glad of the company. Your exchange with Moron has taught you about the flood of light. Whee! Crunch. Where's out? It's an interesting place. Did I miss that one? Can I get up there from here? Can't tell if this is stairs. Is that airship docks? There's lots of stairs. I don't have anywhere I could go. It's not what I thought, but it is what I thought. All right, so we need to go back to the center. We grabbed this one. We grabbed. We just have these two left. Oh, we have 3 left. Oh, this is where I'm at. So we only have 2 left, right? This layout was used as a tech demo back in 2005 to showcase their new engine. Really? I did not know that. It reminds me, like, I'm pretty sure the original cutscene it's gonna have the first one. Yeah, it reminds me of this architecture here. I think this is supposed to be the quicksand. No, because, well, maybe. Like, the architecture seems more like this than anything. This is the right world, so it's not here. I don't know, it's making me think of that, though. Braggy. New to the city, friend. The spinning head and wide eyes give you away. Which race was introduced in this? Were these guys introduced, or was it the Vera? Or was it both? New to the city, friend. The spinning head and wide eyes gives you away. Welcome. My name is Braggy, and I'm the master of these markets. They gave the district another official title, but I'm not in the habit of using it. Too florid by half. In any case, our merchants stock a range of equipment for humans such as yourself, so finding something in your size shouldn't be a problem. Sorry, did you say humans? That didn't even register in my mind. Something wrong? Let's see if we can straighten this out. See those two in front of us? The shorter one is a human like you. The taller one is an elf. Nope, you lost me. Sturdy individual over there is a Geld gent. Whilst the one with the horns is a Dran. And then you have the large, scaly chaps with the long tails and a knack for raising livestock. Those would be Zune. I was hoping they were going to use the more 11 names, which is apparently not the name you know them by. Now I'm curious to know which far-flung region you hail from. Same as the Exarch, huh? Well, that explains it. You don't get much further flung than that. We've had a few of your lot pass through here in recent years, and despite their obvious learning, they floundered over the simplest things. Yeah, so time really does pass differently here. But not to worry, should you find yourself confused by the local language or customs, I'll be here to answer your questions. Your exchange with Braggy has taught you about the people of the First. I might have squeed with joy if they'd have been like, that's an Elven and that's a Gelka. That's a mammal jaw. Alright, you shady son of a bitch, let's go. Well, how did you fare? Did my colleagues help you form a clearer picture of this world and its people? I got fucking hole punch cards or some shit? It seems you were treated to a most thorough introduction. I understand it was something of a chore, but 'twas necessary that you grasp these things before we proceed. You could have just told me all of these things. As for the Crystal Tower's origin, you may have noted that details were sparse. The structure is, in fact, the selfsame one you know from the source, transported to the First in its entirety. It was my first attempt at breaching the boundaries between worlds, something of a trial run for your eventual crossing. And although I do not know which era I tore it from, I do know that its arrival served to set the wheels of fate in motion. That seems fucked. You've done as I requested and learned something of the world in which you find yourself. Now it's time I fulfill my half of the bargain and explain what has befallen your comrades. This is a conversation I would rather have in the privacy of my quarters. However, I must go on ahead to the tower and organize a few things, but I shall see that the guard knows to admit you. Well, yes, of course. It can be open and closed just like any other. Does that seem strange to you? I know not how the tower functioned in your time, but I assure you there is no danger of us being locked inside. So is the implication there that he tore it from a time where Graha had reopened it and everything was Gucci? Greetings, sir. The Exarch awaits you within. So we're supposed to assume that he was successful in his quest? You and your fucking Infinity Stone chest.
私以外の第一世界の民は知り得ない秘密。そこだけご了承願いたい。では早速だが、暁の血明の者たちの行方について伝えよう。
Yeah, a little bit.
結論から言えば、彼らはこちらに来ている。
Shock! No shit. Where are they?
最近来たというわけではない。原初世界と共造世界では時間の流れにズレがあるのだ。原初世界の1時間が第一世界の1年に相当する時もあるし、その逆もあり得る。ズレ具合は不定で予測さえできない。
That's weird.
ここ最近はズレが少なくなる傾向にある。当面はこの点について心配する必要もないだろう。
How convenient.
あなたの仲間については、サンクレットはこちらに来て5年、ヤシトラとウリエンジェは3年。直近のアルフィノとアリゼーですら、もう1年近く第一世界で過ごしているのだ。私はもともとあなただけを呼ぶつもりだったのだが、世界をまたぐ召喚術はとても難しく、あなたと近しい彼らを招いてしまった。
You're a fucking kidnapper.
想定外の不完全な召喚によって、彼らは今、見えて触れられる幽霊というような状態だ。あなたは、ある程度自由に2つの世界を行き来できるが、彼らは自力で帰ることもできない。
All right, off with your head. If I kill you, they get sent back, right?
当初は私も含め彼らを帰還させる方法を最優先で探していたのだ。しかしそれが難航したのに加え、ウリエンジェが召喚される際に通った次元の狭間である光景を見たと告白したことで事情が変わった。次元の狭間では空間も時もあらゆるものが混在する。彼がそこで見たのは未来だ。それは原初世界と第一世界が統合されるという未来。
This is happening tomorrow?
同時に原初世界で発生する第八霊災によって多くの犠牲者が出るということ。そしてその犠牲者の中に暁の英雄、あなたも含まれていたというのだ。
I don't die.
事態を重く見た彼らは 第一世界側から世界の統合を防ぐことができないかと検討し始めた。魂は原初世界にあらずとも、彼らはかの世界とあなたのために戦い続けていたのだ。結果分かったのが、第一世界を脅かしている積み食いの脅威。これを打破することができれば、世界の統合を、零細を防げるかもしれないということだ。その原理については、私が今語ったとて到底信じられるものではないだろう。まずは各地で活動している仲間と再会し、彼らから話を聞いてみるといい。当然再会の手助けは惜しまないし、共に戦ってくれるかを決めるのもその後で構わない。彼らを元の世界に帰還させる方法についても、いつか必ず私が突き止めよう。
At the moment, I stand with taking off your head.
少しだけでいい。
No, not even a little bit.
くれないか。ありがとう。信用を裏切ることのないよう。さて、そうと決まれば、仲間に会いに行くために旅の支度を整えてもらわなければ。世界を移動したことで体に負担もかかっているだろう。あなたの部屋を用意させるから休息も取るといい。
I just went around. What are you gonna show me that I didn't already just see? The Griserium boasts a number of residential districts, but I have been informed that a room has just become available at Pendants, which, as it turns out, is perfect. Our path there will take us past the markets, and I was hoping to give you my own introduction to the wares. Come along. You can give me free shit? Are we gonna walk past all of the Aetherites that I went out of my way to go to and unlock? And I should have just followed the fucking quest because it was gonna take me there regardless? Is that what's about to happen? Musica Universalis?
旅の支度をするときにはぜひ利用してほしい。ああ、金銭については心配無用だ。あなたが所持しているギル効果も使うことができるだろう。
Will it?
でも光の反乱以前は大国が発行する通貨が流通していたのだが、結局硬貨の金属としての価値を価格とするシンプルな方法に落ち着いたのだ。この町ではクリスタルタワー内部から発見されたアラグという文明の貨幣を参考にして価格の単位をギルと定めた。そしてその単位は私たちの商いとともに各地へと広まっている。
That's convenient.
原初世界で使われている硬貨はこちらでもほぼ同価値のギルになるそうだ。他にも島内部から発見された品は私たちの生活を大いに支えてくれている。
And that's how we got the Ironworks beacon.
あなたにも馴染みのものがあるかもしれない。
tombstones. So sad about the poetics.
しかし全てをこちらで調達し直すのは手間か。原初世界と物のやり取りができた方が、アバンケールムシン。
もちろんだわ。今日はどんなに楽しいご用事かしら。
Hello.
やあ、ベオウル。
Potter Tinkerbell?
お前を一番優れたピクシーと見込んで頼みがある。彼は遥か遠くから来た私の友人だ。その故郷と身のやり取りをしたいと思っているのだが、お前の力を借りることはできるだろうか。
Is there a house Moogle?
あなた世界の境目の向こう側から来た人ね。そんな面白いことってある？勇敢で無謀、私たちの持たない心でできているのだわ。
You have the heart of a pixie.
いいでしょう。私と契約したのならきっと力になってあげるわ。
Yes.
ねえ、
Sure.
あなた世界の境目を渡ってくるときに服や爪を落としてはいない？
Yeah?
バッチリ。つまりあなたのものはあなたと同じに境目を渡ってこられるのだわ。だから今より私はあなたのリスネフィッシュ、あなたは私のスネーク。二つの間に継ぎ目はないのよ。
She'll be my branch and... What?
さあ、手をかざして。 はい、おしまい。これからよろしくね、私の若木。ねえねえ、早速何か願ってちょうだい。私、境目の向こう側に行ってみたいのだわ。
それなら向こうであなたを待っている者にひとまずの無事と状況を伝えてはどうだろうか。
Ooh. Ooh, who do we like more? Satoru or Kryl? Satoru can get a message out to everybody.
受けたまわったのだわ。それじゃ、ちょっと行ってくるわね。
あれはピクシー族という魔法生物に近しい種族なんだ。普通はなかなか人の町に現れないものだが、中でも好奇心旺盛な彼女はクリスタリウムを気に入ってくれたようでね。さて、次こそあなたの部屋に案内しよう。
As a result of your pact with Fiu-Ul, you now have access to the delivery Moogle, the market boards, and the summoning bells while in the first. Ah, there you are. I was just finalizing the matter of your accommodations. You'll have a private room from here at the Pendants for the duration of your stay to make use of as you see fit. They need a storyline, a reason for getting... They do. I believe that covers all the practical concerns. I was just wondering, like, if we ever go to the second, will we now have the skills to handle that? Or will they need to come up with a different contrived situation? Thank you for answering my call, Master. We are denied the comforting blanket of night, but may peaceful dreams attend you nonetheless. A pleasure to meet you, sir, and welcome to your new home at the Pendants. Your room is ready if you'd care to retire. I do, like, I'm being like, oh, of course, yeah, sure. I do appreciate that there's in-world reasons for these mechanics. I feel like if this were WoW, it would just be assumed that there's an auction house and it magically connects to everything. Like, vanilla WoW started out like that, where like Horde had its own auction house and Alliance had its own auction house, and I feel like there was also a neutral auction house. But then they just like merged things on for convenience. The fuck is that? You. The big reveal. That was not obvious at all. I'm here to kill you. Ardbert, that's what his name is. Oh, so the rest of them are gone. I note dude has one gem for each of them. Coincidence? Maybe.
歩き続けた気もするが、いつしか自分の形も見失って意識も曖昧になっていた。それがさっき急に目が冴え始めたんだ。何かに惹かれる感覚があって、気がつけばここにいた。お前はなぜ俺が見える？そもそもどうしてここにいるんだ？第一世界を救うためにお前が呼ばれたわけか。バカだな。世界は決して救われないし。
Are we gonna have to kill this world title in?
する奴はもっと救われない。少なくとも俺はもうさまよっているうちに戦っていた理由さえ忘れたよ。だがこうしてお前と巡り合ったのも、お前にだけ俺が見えるのも、理屈はわからないが意味のあることかもしれない。俺が残された意味を知りたい。今度こそ旅を終わりにしたいんだ。お前の戦いをしばらく見物させてもらう。せいぜい気をつけろよ。この世界はもう英雄の居場所じゃないんだ。
Sleeping in full armor. Sleeping with every single light in the room on. Just crystal.
Building 部屋の具合はどうだった？少しは休めただろうか？初めて聞く話だが、もし急速に支障が出るようだったらまた教えてくれ。さて、それでは早速暁の仲間たちの現在地を説明しよ
う。We got a new world map.
これが光の反乱を逃れて残っている地域、ノルブラントの暫定地図だ。この辺りがクリスタリウムのあるレイクランドと呼ばれる一帯。北には妖精郷イルメグ、ここにはウリエンジェが滞在している。 東には古くに栄えたラケティカ大森林。
Raktika?
拠点にしている場所だ。
No surprise.
しかし、これらの地域は侵入に少々準備がいる。まずはクリスタリウムから飛行銃で直行できる土地にいるアルフィノ、アリゼーと再会をすべきだろう。アルフィノがいるのは西の海に浮かぶコルシア島だ。ここには鬼人や富豪が集う大都市ユールモアがある。彼は世界を救う足がかりとしてまず人を知り人脈を得ることを選んだのさ。今は当地で情報収集に当たっていると聞く。一方アリゼーがいるのは南に広がる乾いた地アムアレーンだ。ここは光の氾濫によって一切の無になってしまった大地との境目。人が存在できる限界域であり罪食いとの戦いも多い。アリゼーは兄と異なりまず敵を知るべきだと言ってね。己の鍛錬も兼ねてかの地で用心棒をしているらしい。
Seems the better option.
アルフィノのいるコルシア島とアリゼーのいるアムアレーン。尋ねる、行きたい方が決まり次第声をかけてくれればすぐに移動の手配をしよう。
We gonna get a not chocobo?
ついてはそうだな。ある人物と共に流しの罪食いハンターをやっているという。すぐに再会するのは難しいが時が来れば必ず巡り会えるだろう。
Ready to depart for Amareng. Elise will be overjoyed to see you safe. I know she was particularly concerned for your well-being. She impressed upon me how regrettable the timing of her summoning was, repeatedly. I only hope that my part in sending you to her will garner me some measure of forgiveness. Here, this is a letter of introduction addressed to a man named Cassard, the master of a merchant caravan. There are few who know the ways of the desert as well as he does. Find him in the Amaro launch, and he will see that you reach your destination. Might as well just accept both of those. As I mentioned, your destination is an island off the west coast, so you will need a mount capable of making the journey. Here's a letter of introduction presented to Zem Genmai, the Masters of Beasts of Temenos Rookery, and he will take care of you. When you see Alphino, be sure to pass on my warmest regards. I just want the mounts. Let my people out. Where's the exit? There's the exit. Did not realize there were multiple doors. Alright, we will go get this mount. We already have a fucking blue quest? What is this already having a blue quest thing? Okay, we will go get the mount. Your fate is your face is unknown to me. What business have you at my rookery? Signed by the Exarch, no less. Yes, I can provide you with an Amaro for passage to Colusia. I will pick you out a friendly whelp. I think they unlock stuff like hunts and sightseeing logs. It makes sense. That's right. Mounts like my gray friend over there are a common sight in these parts, but I gather you hail from further afield, more accustomed to chocobos perchance. I hear there are a few places where they ride little else. Seeing as how you are plainly unaccustomed to riding a Maro, I think it best that I accompany you on this flight myself. Any Zune worthy of the name could do it, of course, but the Exarch sent you to me. Ensuring you arrive safely is my responsibility. Gather your things and meet me at the Amaro launch. One of the junior tamers will attend to you while I ready the mounts. I just wanted a mount. I didn't want to actually go that way. All I'm thinking of is the nut button. Nut, nut, nut. Why would they do that? Who thought that was a good idea? And then we need to go up there. Well, let's go here first. Hold on a moment, sinner. You're not from around here, are you? A fellow wandering soul, an eternal inhabitant of the road? I thought so. Erlast's the name. My aspiration is to travel the whole wide world, though it's a fair bit smaller than it used to be, so as far as dreams go, it's a lot more realistic than you might think. But danger still lurks in every corner around every bend, so this sinner's got nerves of steel. He's a born explorer, Erloth. There's no land too distant or place too forbidden, but what's this I spy poking out of your pack? A log, if I'm not mistaken. Give it over if you would. Think they're a reference to Final Fantasy Tactics Advance? This guy or the birds? Oh, Clan Nutsy? Got it. Aha. I thought so. Record of fantastic vistas and unforgettable sights. We're kindred spirits of Morrow of a feather. Excellent, excellent. 'Tis only right that I share with you such wondrous experiences as you have with me. Collection of amazing vistas I cataloged myself, and I guarantee will rival the best you have ever seen. Norvrant may be a shadow of its former glory, but there's still joy and excitement to be found if you know where to look, my friend. So I implore you, look, look, look. Follow in my footsteps, savor every moment of the journey, and then, when you feel you've discovered every secret this realm has to offer, start again. I promise you won't be disappointed. Sightseeing log expanded. Entries, Shadowbringers entries have been added to your sightseeing log. You must be a disciple of War or Magic level 70 or above. So he started talking about sinners, and I was like, that screamed like country preacher. Get right back. And we're back. Cassard. If you come looking for work, I might have a spot for another guard. Oh, a friend of the Exarchs. Hoping to meet someone in Ring, are you? Then I shall be your guide, as I was about to set off for our outpost there, as a matter of fact, so we can leave right away, assuming you have everything you need. All set then? Off to the Unforgiving Sands we go. You can now travel to Arang, speak with the adroit Amaro Tamer to fly to the desert.
Amu-Aren. その乾いた土地にあった国はナバスアンといった。昔そこを旅した時に日に焼けた老人が教えてくれたことがある。彼らの言葉でアムは偉大な、アレンは大地なのだという。
Doesn't look super majestic to me. Looks like it belongs in Altepa.
他の国も滅びた今、人はどんな思いでその名を呼ぶのだろうか。
Oof, no matter how many times I come here, the cold never fails to catch me off guard. The sky may be as bright as the scorching hours of the day, but it gets brisk enough to make you shiver. Now the Exarch's letter said I was to take you to the inn at Journey's Head, which is where this Alize friend of yours is staying. But that's a fair old distance, so I propose we make a stop in Mord Suk to break up the trek, allowing me to attend to some business and you to enjoy the local hospitality. Sound good? Good. Alright, you lot, I'm off, and I'd better not see the goods covered in sand when I get back. Okay, but what about the mount I was promised? Right, we head southwest, straight as an arrow. I believe that I was promised a mount. Armadillos. Geiga Tender? That is the biggest fucking cactuar I've ever seen. It tries to do the pose and fails. That's fucking great. Wow. Stop here a moment. This is your first visit to Amarang, is it not? Before you cross the River of Sand, you'll need to turn around and feast your eyes on that. What am I feasting my eyes on? He just said he will provide the mount to take you there, not give you the mount. I was told I would have a mount. I want a mount. Give me the mount. They built them big, didn't they? That's Kasr Sharl, a fortress meant to protect the northern reaches of Nabatharang. We should give them a level. I think they're in need of a level. Seeing what was left behind, I believe it when they say it was once one of Norvrant's mightiest nations. At least until the flood came along. Great chunks of Nabatharang's lands were lost to the light. It's a great city included. The few who survived didn't see much point in staying, most of them anyway. No, not many chose to came here. No, not many choose to come here these days. Not with everything in ruins. Even that hulking great fortress has become little more than in Namaro Roost for me and my caravan. But not everywhere is as deserted as this place. Just wait until you see Mordsuk. Let's press on, shall we? I like the mount roulette so you get different things, but I kind of wish I could like exclude certain mounts. Here we are, Mordsuk, by the Blessed Shadow. I love this town. Mordsuk, not just full of Mord, but Humes and all manner of others too. It has long been a refuge for folk displaced by the flood, so the population is nothing if not diverse. Oh, have you met a Mord before? They might look like shifty little blighters, but a more welcoming lot you could never wish to meet. Speaking of which, we should pay our respects to Master Gengen. Yep. I'll go ahead and let him know we've arrived. Fucking Tarus. Oh, no. Never mind. That makes sense here. I thought we were about to meet a bunch of Tarus. Nope, I just wanted your thing marked off. You know what I should do? I should be on this, getting this quest experience here.
ゲンゲンさん、こいつが今話した水晶校の知り合いです。
はじめましてよ。捨てるものを拾う町、モルドスークにようこそね。
モルドスークはモルドの位置って意味でな。その名の通り、今となってはアムアレーンで最大の賑やかな市場があるのさ。ここらの鉱山で取れる鉱石はもちろん、他では見かけない面白い品も出回ってる。アムアレーンに好んでくるやつはいないって言ったが、ここだけは別だな。掘り出し物を探して商人連中が集まってるよ。
みんながいるもの、どこにでも売ってるね。そうでないもの、ここにしかないよ。
Barnaby, you still around? So I run a D&D campaign where my players have crossed worlds quite a few times, and this whole situation is making me think of my campaign. Yeah. It's like the races are still there, the gods are still there, but all of the people are different.
こそ来るね。遠くからのお客さん、高値つけるお客さん。だからスークはいつでもジョジョね。この世界にあるものでいらないものなんてないね。
ケンゲンさん、それ毎回言ってるよな。代々の教えだったっけか。ま、その信念があったからこそ種族を問わず難民を受け入れてくれたんだろうさ。ありがたいことだ。さて、これからアムアレーンで活動するなら、お前もこの集落の連中と仲良くなっておくべきだ。ここでは新顔が来た時にある儀式をして信頼関係を結ぶんだが。
いいよー、発売してってよ。市場で売ってるもの何か一つ買えばいいね。値段は高くても低くても構わないよ。
ということさ。そしてこのために使ってほしいと水晶港からの封書に小遣いが入っていてな。驚くなかれ、フッブート金貨だ。いやー、俺も久々に見た。
Vobert gold piece.
ブート金貨本当に。
About to get mugged, dude.
新顔さん、発売はぜひうちで。いや、うちがいいよ。すべすべのツボが、すごくすべすべのツボがあるのね。よって見てって買ってって。
I'm good, guys.
こらこら、みんな落ち着くね。こちらの人はまだしばらく荒野を旅するそうよ。かさばるもの、
Yeah, I don't need no
重た
pots.
いもの、ツボ、よくないね。旅するには元気がいるね。発売はロンロンのうごめく食料品店で何か食べてくのおすすめよ。
I don't know if I don't want to eat kobold food. Just something tells me kobold food is not going to be good food. It's also street meat. And you know what? Street meat's good. It's like tortilla street meat. Okay, never mind. All right, Ron. I don't think that's going to be worth a gold piece, but... Welcome to Ron's Traveler. I have wares to empty your purse and fill your belly. Take your time, share and sniff before you choose, but no drooling on the merchandise, yes? You can move the camera as well as zoom in and out, target food stuff, and inspect it with the mouse button. Ever-burning bounty made with the best parts of the lizard, cured with special spicy spices. Some find the smell challenging, but it'll warm you up on the chilly desert nights. I call this mush loaf. The middle is stuffed with bittersweet cactus fruits, so even if the bread dries out, it's still moist on the inside, keeps you going in the heat. Pass if it was just bread. If it was just naan like it looks like, would have been good. That's bugs. Everyone's favorite plump white worms slathered in honey. Once you eat a glazed wriggler, you'll never want any other treat. I thought that was garlic cloves. We're gonna pass on that. Chewy skewers. Find small frogs hiding under rocks. Spear with stick, then roast over fire. Crackly on the outside, gooey on the inside. Perfect for snacking. You know what? I'll take some of the spiced lizard meat. I guess. They all look tasty, yes? Which to choose? Which to choose? Yes, put some spice in your step. You won't feel the cold this night, and probably not the next one either. You've got the gold. feel like we're being ripped off. And done. 1 Voborite honor buys you 10 sides of lizard meat. Ugh. I think I'll share the rest. Our visitor invites us to feast. Let us give thanks for his great generosity and small appetite. Consider your coin purse cracked. I am pleased to accept your custom, and Gengen will be pleased that you honored ours. Keeping the merchandise down, yes? No returns. Yeah. Fucking called that. We're not eating any more kobold food. I was watching from here, Master. You honored our custom and with great relish. You will always be welcome in Mordsuk. If you need anything in Amarang, we are here to provide. Gahahaha, you have courage, my friend. Ron's wares are more exotic than harmful, but I don't envy you the bellyache you'll have on the morrow. Right. Now that you've eaten, I expect you're eager to get back to the road. Would you mind if we delayed our departure a touch? I have a few deals left to close before I can conclude my business here in Mordsuk. Oh, offering your services, are you? Aye, well, an assistant would certainly help hurry things along. I have a receipt here for some goods that need picking up from the market, all properly paid for. You just need to do the lifting and carrying. I'll go and take care of some last minute haggling then. See you in a bit. Table cactus, tauntaun, iron ore. Momo. Cured leather was not on the list. Table cactus, iron ore, antiques. Hell no. That makes me happy. That makes me happy. Anytime I see anything straight out of Final Fantasy XI, that makes me happy. Leaping Lizzie is back. That was iron ore. Errand's complete. Savior of the world, slayer of gods. Low-end merchant's errand boy. Don't tell me you've been around the entire market already. I have, as you talk to this Heian lookalike. Aye, this is a lot. All right, good work. And quick work, too, considering you've not set foot in the place before. I'd thought you wanted to sit in the city like the Exarch, but something tells me you're not a stranger to visiting strange lands. Unfortunately, your efficiency presents something of a problem. I'd hoped to conclude all my business before you return, but it seems there's been some confusion over one of the orders I placed. I'll have to drag in my middleman and sort this mess out. I'm sorry to make you sit around and twiddle your thumbs. Cassard, it feels like ages since I last saw you. Well, if it isn't the lovely Tesleen. It has been a while, but your timing couldn't be better. This gentleman was on his way to meet with Alize. I'm supposed to be taking him to your corner of the desert, but a misplaced order has commandeered my attention. Wait, I know who you are. Alize has told me so much about you. You're a master, aren't you? I knew it. How wonderful to meet you in the flesh after hearing all those stories. I'm Tesleen. I work as a carer at the inn, and I've gotten to know Alize quite well since she took up guard duties there. Do you want me to take over as Master's Guide, Cassard? My shopping's all done and packed for the road, so it would be no trouble. That would be a great help, thank you. Well, it looks like you're able to head straight out after all. My caravan and I will be in the area for a while yet. Seek me out when you've had your fill of Amareng, and I'll send you back to the Crystarium. Cute girl went where? Alize has been desperate to see you, Master, so let's get to her sooner rather than later. The inn isn't too far or too hard to find, really. You can actually see the top of the rock spires from here. We just need to swing around the ridge, then head south. Come on, I'll get my supplies together and meet you outside. It's a big piece. All set? Or I should probably mention the wildlife. While most of them will leave you be if you keep your distance, the local coyotes have learned to prey on folk heading from or home from the markets. I can usually swing a sword well enough to fend them off, but I may have loaded myself down with too many bargains today. Do you think you can handle any beasts that try to make a meal of us? I thought you might. Alize was always saying how much you... I mean, let's get going, shall we? The hell were you about to say? Huh? What were you implying? That I'm some kind of murder hobo? Alright, how do I play this class again? Sorry, there wasn't much time to shout a warning. Were you bitten? Those things can be nasty. and yet hardly a match for you, it seems. I'd always thought Alize was strong, but in her mind, she was never... Now it makes sense. Well, we should push on. It might be best if you could scout ahead and clear out any coyotes that have our scent. I'll wait here so you can fight without any distractions. I forgot that you've got to use that before you do anything else. Use it or lose it. Mount so slow. Oh, thank goodness you're back. I could hear howling and snarling from here. Frightful creatures. Let's hope the rest have seen your handiwork and know to avoid us now. I need to get these supplies back to the inn. Why is this Twitch? Twitch Tower? Wimes. Okay, I gotta kill the lizard. The amount of these that I have butchered in my Final Fantasy XI career is incalculable. This is it. Thanks to you, I didn't have to drop my shopping even once. Come to think of it, I'm glad I didn't make the trip alone. It seems you ended up escorting me. I'll have to repay the favor somehow. But first, let's head inside, shall we? Just gonna repay the favor. Alamegan refugees? Welcome to the inn at Journey's Head. You might be our first visitor from the Crystallarium since Alize arrived. It's not much, but it's home for the afflicted and a handful of carers. You don't know? I don't think I've met anyone besides Alizé who is so unfamiliar with our situation here. Most folk have grown up knowing someone who knew someone. I might leave out something obvious, so it may be best to have Alizé give you the full explanation. Now, where is she? I think she might be out on patrol. You could wait, I suppose, but why not go out and surprise her? Now, she usually takes a look at things from the watchtower first, so you might be able to catch her there. It's not far. Head out the south side and you'll soon see it. I'll stay behind in case she comes back while you're gone. Should talk to him first. Aetheryte. Vivants to fly. That usually, like, I usually get off that mount right as the song is getting good. It's sad. No, footsteps. Added that away. Alizé is nowhere to be seen, but you spot fresh footprints on the ground, and they look to be about the right size. The small footprints lead off to the northwest, where we see zombies. Gillyman? Footprints continue to the northwest. You saw the Gillyman on your way here, didn't you? It really wants to make sure that we fight some of these things. The fuck she go? It's like the crystallized aether from the Bahamut attack. You're almost starting to look like a proper red mage. Look at all that red you got on.
見食いとはいえこれは雑魚だもの。倒せて当たり前だわ。
うん。ツンデレ。
いつかは来るって思ってたけど、ずいぶん遅かったじゃない。久しぶり。元気だった？そう。帝国との戦いは膠着状態なのね。一度原初世界とつながったっていう推奨校からも